The bad news is, Su Jiming is gone. Right now inside him lives a mysterious monster. The good news is, it seems like this monster isn't too bright, and it doesn't mean to hurt me yet. I must find a way to uncover its origins.
Betrayed and scorned, I demanded payment, unaware that the man I loved had become a monster. I wanted him to bleed for his lies, but his cold gaze revealed a predator, not a liar.
To my surprise, 2 days ago, I found out he was cheating with a mafia princess.
The rage wasn't just about the cheating. It was about who he chose to replace me with. A mafia princess? He really has a death wish. But before I could even process the insult, I got the news that changed everything. A car crash, a missing body, and a mystery that left me reeling. One minute he's a lying cheat, the next he's a ghost in the wind. I didn't know whether to mourn him or hunt him down myself. But the Su Jiming I knew was gone, and whatever took his place was about to make my life a living hell. Su Jiming was gone, replaced by Ethel, an alien predator.
My name is Ethel, and I come from planet M62. In front of me is my current target, Lin Peiyu.
It claimed to have taken over his body just to get close to me. It only had 60% of his memories, but it figured that was enough to play the part of the devoted boyfriend. Little did it know, I was already looking for a reason to tear him apart. I thought a ghost was haunting me. I wasn't about to be bullied, so I swung first, pouring all my grief into every strike.
You wronged me when you were alive. Now you're gone, and I'm the first person you hunt. It wasn't even my fault.
But this ghost didn't flinch. He just stood there, taking the hits with a confused expression. The monster inside him was busy checking its database, trying to figure out why the human female was flirting so aggressively. Ghosts don't have heartbeats. This thing was all too solid, a physical threat in my living room.
Wait a second. Ghosts should be shadows. This feels too real.
He even had the nerve to ask if my hands hurt. The mockery was unbearable. I was looking at the face of the man I loved, but the eyes staring back at me belonged to something that didn't even understand what pain was. The man I knew was dead, hijacked by a monster. As a researcher, my fear turned into curiosity.
The bad news is, Su Jiming is gone. Right now inside him lives a mysterious monster. The good news is, it seems like this monster isn't too bright, and it doesn't mean to hurt me yet.
It didn't seem to want to hurt me yet, mostly because it wasn't bright enough to figure out my next move. I had to find a way to uncover its origins before it decided I was no longer useful. I was living with a predator, and I needed to become the one in control. I swallowed his essence years ago. Now his life force is woven into mine.
10 years ago, during a space storm, I was injured, and a fragment of my essence accidentally fell to Earth, where a young Lin Peiyu mistook it for candy and swallowed it.
He can't just take it back. He needs my cooperation. That gives me leverage. I'm not just a host anymore. I'm the key to his survival. If he wants his power back, he's going to have to play by my rules. An alien experiment. This was a scientific jackpot that would change my miserable life.
Fate must have realized my life was too miserable, breaking the barriers of space to give me a big break.
I could see the headlines already. I'll be the one serving the tea to my boss, not the other way around. I just need to keep my boyfriend under control long enough to gather all the data I need. He thinks he's the predator, but in this house, I'm the one holding the clipboard. To avoid dissection, he had to follow my rules. I was going to turn this predator into a pet.
200 rules of conduct? 200 rules? I have to follow all of them?
A confused alien is an obedient one. I was domesticating the beast. He was compliant, like a machine, but I couldn't trust a species born to devour.
I've found the way. If I obey, she'll be happy. If I keep her happy every day, she'll naturally love me, trust me, and give me the shards.
He thinks he can buy my trust with obedience. He doesn't realize that I'm analyzing his every move, looking for the cracks in his facade. He might be a predator, but I'm the one who knows the terrain. To keep up appearances, he went back to his job at the gym. Watching him take down opponents with a single punch was a reminder of the raw power he was suppressing just to please me. He didn't care about the sport. He only cared about the paycheck I told him he needed.
Because taking this guy out takes only one punch.
He told the owner he needed money to buy me expensive things. It was a bizarre, mechanical version of devotion that I couldn't quite wrap my head around. Was he learning to care? Or just following a script he thought I wanted to see? He threw matches just to provide for me. It was a cold trade-off that left me unsettled.
Not at all. Glory is useless. But the boss gives me money, so I can buy things for my wife.
I questioned him about it, but his Danren response only proved how far he was from understanding human values. He was a blank slate of logic, devoid of true emotional perception. I needed to see if I could change that. If I could make him feel something real. I pushed him to see if an alien could learn a human's protective instinct. Would the predator show its teeth to protect me? I was playing with fire.
Because it belonged to me in the first place.
The experiment was indeed entering a dangerous phase, and I was about to see just how sharp those predators' teeth really were. After the match, the gym owner was losing his mind because my husband decided to go off script and reclaim what he thought was ours. Su Jiming stood there with that cold alien logic of his, claiming the victory like it was a biological right. When the boss asked who gave him the nerve to challenge the podium, he didn't even blink before dragging me into it.
$500,000? We aren't paying.
Seeing Su Jiming use me as his shield was one thing, but watching this sleazy gym owner try to extort $500,000 from us for lost bets was where I drew the line. He thought I was just some helpless housewife he could bully. I told him to call the cops myself. I knew his little underground operation couldn't handle the light of day. The moment I mentioned the law, his face turned the color of spoiled milk. Even my alien pet picked up on the shift in power, echoing my threats like a loyal, albeit terrifying shadow. I was there to collect the prize money. It wasn't a negotiation, but a hostile takeover.
This is a notification, not a negotiation, because in this matter, you're the one who should be afraid.
Su Jiming seemed to enjoy crushing people together in his role as husband. The high didn't last. Director Guo accused me of contamination to cover his own tracks.
Yes, the research center suffered huge losses, and as the person in charge, namely, you'll receive a major demerit, lose your entire year's bonus, and be transferred out of your position.
I objected immediately. I knew my protocols were flawless. He inspected them himself, but now he was looking for a sacrificial lamb to save his own career. He told me to report to logistics, essentially burying my career in a basement. I demanded logs, but he gave me an ultimatum. His arrogance made me want to unleash Ethel.
I see. You're the one who messed up, and you're using me as a scapegoat, aren't you?
He barked at me to watch my tone, but I had already seen enough. I understood the game now. If the system was rigged, I'd just have to play outside the lines. Back home, Ethel sensed my rage, decoding my misery through a digital lens.
Target detected. Showing intense emotions, anger, sadness, and grievance. I should investigate the reason.
Ethel tapped into my memories. Seeing Guo's face, the predator felt human spite.
I've retrieved memory fragments. So, someone hurt my wife.
I couldn't just sit there, so I snuck back into the research center late at night to find proof of Guo's corruption. I thought I was being careful, but the old man was still there, drunkenly singing to himself. Then, the sensors went off. Not the lab's sensors, but Ethel's.
Intruder detected.
Su Jiming stood between me and the fallout, calmly planning to destroy a man like clearing a bug.
You belong to me. I have to protect my wife, so he can never hurt you again.
I tried to warn him about the tech and the scandal, but he didn't care about human rules. He only cared that someone had made me cry. It was the most romantic and horrifying thing I'd ever heard. The confrontation with Guo turned into a medical emergency. The stress, or maybe something Ethel did, triggered a massive heart attack in the old man. I scrambled to find his medicine, but it was too late. The man who tried to ruin me was dying right in front of my eyes.
It's gone.
Panic wasn't an option. I calculated the variables and gave orders to keep us safe.
It's okay. It's already happened. We need to clean this up. Get away safely. And do as I say.
The next morning, I set the narrative, exposing Guo's crimes to the board.
General Manager, sorry to interrupt the meeting, but I have no choice. I am Lin Peiyu from Research Team 2, and I am reporting Guo Jianwei for ruining samples through negligence and abusing power to pin the blame on me.
The room exploded in whispers. I laid out my records, daring them to find a single flaw. I knew Guo wasn't there to defend himself, which made my truth the only one that mattered. Then Guo walked in and apologized. His voice was robotic. Ethel was puppeteering him.
Just take a look and you'll see. Lin Peiyu is absolutely right.
Guo collapsed after his apology. I watched him die while Su Jiming looked on, too casual.
Director Guo, did you bring your medicine, Director Guo? Quick, CPR! Director Guo.
Later, I caught Su Jiming looking a bit nauseous. He said he swallowed something unpleasant. I didn't want to know the details, but I knew he had done it all for me. I decided it was time to give my alien protector a real human reward.
Regardless, he protected me. I should reward him. What does he like? He seems to love.
Intimacy with an alien was a challenge. Ethel mistook my touch for an energy weapon.
Is she using some tech weapon on me? Why does my body feel like there's an electric current?
His human host couldn't handle the sensory overload. He let out a scream that sounded more like a system crash than a human sound. And just like that, the moment was over. As I watched him sleep, a strange shadow appeared. Who else is watching us?
The baby comes first, then marriage. It's the same thing. It happens a lot. Check it out if you don't believe me.
That shadow in the corner of the room might have vanished, but the feeling of being watched stayed buried under my skin. I had to focus on the research. With Director Guo gone, the promotion was mine if I could just get results. I told Su Jiming I wanted a baby, the perfect excuse to monitor his vitals under the guise of pre-pregnancy care. He looked so confused, but he swallowed the lie. I just needed to see if I could get the real data from his main phone. My husband started acting strange the next day, claiming he was exhausted. I wasn't buying it. I was analyzing every shift in his expression, looking for the predator to reveal itself. Extraterrestrials usually show their true forms under extreme joy or danger, and he was definitely feeling something.
Did he figure out what I'm planning and is guarding against me?
He was definitely guarding against me. I could feel the distance growing, like he was sensing the trap I was setting. The game turned dangerous. I led him to the lab, his compliance more unsettling than resistance.
It will provide a comprehensive checkup of your physical condition. Just lie here and don't move. A slight headache or discomfort is perfectly normal.
I tuned the device to its limit. Today, I was going to strip away the mask and see the monster underneath. His body contorted under neural interference. He was trapped in a cycle of constant repair.
I must flee immediately, or shift into my true form to resist.
He chose to endure the agony just to stay by my side. It was terrifyingly beautiful. I pushed the voltage until he flatlined. When the chamber opened, he was gone. The silence was deafening. I treated him like a specimen, while he treated me like his world. Alone in the lab, I tried to move on, but my life was stained with his memory. A surge of familiar energy knocked me down. Half of my star core fragment was flowing back to him.
Half of the star core fragment from my wife's body has returned to me?
He was dormant, waiting for me to wake him. He woke up obsessed with my rules, asking if he could still give me the child I'd lied about.
Can I give my wife a healthy child?
I checked his vitals, and his heart rate was steady. Every word of devotion he spoke was the absolute truth. The higher-ups were hungry for the data, but I couldn't turn him into a lab rat. I chose him. I didn't want him to belong to the country. I wanted him to belong to me. I told him we were going to be a normal couple, that I would protect him, and that the experiments were over. He earned a bonus by getting beaten up for gifts. Seeing him hurt was starting to hurt me too.
You got hurt for this money. How could I be happy?
The predator was learning about human sacrifice, and I was learning about a love I never thought I'd find. I looked at the rules I'd written to keep him in line and realized how one-sided they were. We weren't a researcher and a subject, we were partners. I told him the rules were void, that we didn't need a list to tell us how to care for each other. I wanted to support him. Watching him try to fit in, the tension shifted from scientific to something much more intimate.
You're the best. I'm going to repay you the way you like best.
It was a sweetness that felt almost too good to be true, but his eyes were full of a loyalty that scared me. As we kissed, a vibration reminded me of his power. Who is watching us?
I can't believe such a beautiful being exists. She doesn't need me to suffer or get hurt. As long as I am honest and obedient, she'll hold me, kiss me, and love me.
That kiss was sweet, but the vibration under his skin was a cold reminder of the predator within. I could feel those shadows watching us, a silent threat from his world that refused to stay buried. He looked at me with such devotion, it made my heart ache. Even a creature from the stars can't escape the typical male instincts once the kissing starts. I felt his hands wandering, a warmth I wasn't prepared for. I had to pull back before I lost my focus entirely.
Take it!
He asked for the Starcore fragment and I handed it over. I was no longer his researcher, but his lifeline. I told him about my heart condition. That fragment was the only reason I was still breathing.
That's right. Since childhood, I've had a genetic heart condition. Doctors said I wouldn't live past 15. But later, it miraculously healed. And my body became even healthier and stronger than others.
I saw the realization hit him. If he takes that fragment to save his own kind, I'll be gone. He's caught in a moral trap of his own making. Su Jimin quit boxing. Human glory meant nothing compared to staying by my side.
Seriously? You're a hopeless romantic. Fine, quit if you want. I ask if you want your trophies. And you give me that? Give me a break.
The gym owner called him a hopeless romantic. I just saw a predator who had been completely tamed by a love he didn't even understand. He chose a lifetime of companionship, waiting for my short human years to pass.
Human lives are short, but mine is vast and long. I can easily stay with her for her whole life. When she's naturally gone, I'll just retrieve the shards then.
Peace was shattered when Tanshu reappeared, a ghost from my past who knew too much.
Xiao Yu. Long time no see.
Tanshu was my new boss, holding my career in his hands.
Higher-ups mentioned they were assigning us a new leader.
Su Jimin found my research and realized I'd been treating him like a specimen.
My wife's research subject is me.
Tanshu forced himself into my life, demanding a ride home like an entitled brat.
In your dreams. You punched me today, and my hand hurts a bit. So you're giving me a ride.
My tire blew out, but Tanshu changed it, showing a side I hadn't seen in years.
Look. Why is the tire flat? Do you want to push it?
He looked cool in the moonlight, challenging me to take responsibility for his effect on me.
I don't want money. I only want...
Atmosphere turned toxic. Su Jimin smelled another man on me. and his instincts woke up.
She's covered in the scent of that stranger, and I hate it.
Tanshu pushed every boundary, using my towel to assert dominance. I couldn't stop him.
Yes, but don't use mine.
Tanshu insulted Su Jiming by asking him to hang the towel. I felt kill intent fill the room.
This man is eyeing my wife. He wants to drive me away and replace me.
Tanshu used nostalgia as a weapon, trying to pull me away. I refused to let him win.
Whoa, you have the nerve to say that. If you hadn't messed with that dog and gotten us both chased into the river, would I have needed to wear your clothes?
After Tanshu left, Su Jiming's jealousy was heavy and unsatisfied.
Why see him tomorrow?
Tension peaked when my USB was moved. Su Jiming knew my secret and was testing me.
Oh. I was cleaning the house this morning, and I accidentally spilled some water on the USB drive. But I checked it, and it's not broken.
The game was over. Su Jiming knew I was monitoring him, and the truth was finally out.
Isn't it obvious? You knew who I was long ago, then pretended you didn't without exposing me.
He thought my monitoring was love. I had to crush that delusion immediately.
You weren't afraid or resistant. Instead, you accepted me, and even devoted yourself to understanding me.
I told him I was just a researcher using him for fame. My intentions weren't about love.
I know that. You even wanted to live using the identity of Su Jiming, but I'm a researcher. With an alien living beside me, how could I not study you? With any breakthrough results, I'd get promoted and famous, becoming a renowned scientist envied by everyone. My intentions weren't about love, only about using you. Is that clear enough?
He shocked me by offering more data, willing to be my specimen for my dream.
I see. Well, I suppose the data on this drive should be enough to fulfill your dream.
I feared the government would take him away to some dark lab.
Earth's current technology cannot hurt me.
I admitted that having him safe was more important than any scientific breakthrough.
I thought you just hadn't collected enough yet.
He was my priority now. I'd fight the world to keep him safe.
I can't bear to lose you. Yes.
The final wall fell. I didn't care about the real Su Jiming, only the being who protected me.
It's you. I knew from the first day that you weren't him. I've always known the difference. You're the one who listens, the one who protects me, and the one who moves my heart.
He chose this fragile human life for me. But was he safe? Or was a war beginning?
I don't understand the love humans talk about, and I don't need love. I just need you.
I asked his real name, but shadows loomed. Who else was coming for him?
All right, from now on, we won't have any secrets. I will love you truly, just as you love me.
He whispered his name, Ethel, the final piece of the puzzle I had been chasing. But as the shadows outside grew longer, I realized that protecting a god in a world of men was going to be harder than I thought. I promised him no more secrets, but I could feel the predator inside him hesitating. He was hiding something, a fear that I might devour him if I knew the full extent of his alien nature.
Xiao Yu, there's an urgent mission. The partner suddenly asked us to go to the nearby lab base to collect sample data. They're short-handed there, so you need to help out for 2 days.
My moment of peace was shattered when Tanshu barged in. He didn't just want me back at work. He was practically kidnapping me for some urgent mission at the lab. He even had the gall to tell me he'd already informed my family. He was cutting off my lines of communication, isolating me under the guise of professional necessity by taking me away forcefully. Tanshu marked his territory, telling Su Jiming I wouldn't be home tonight.
Mr. Su, Xiao Yu is working overtime with me tonight and won't be coming home.
Su Jiming's eyes held kill intent. An apex predator doesn't tolerate thieves. The tension followed us all the way to the field. Tanshu tried to play the hero, but he ended up taking a nasty fall and spraining his ankle.
Should probably call the office and ask someone to drive me.
Even with a sprained ankle, he refused to back down, insisting he could still work. It was pathetic how hard he was trying to impress me while limping. Su Jiming appeared with drinks, playing assistant while handing Tanshu a sour lemonade.
Oops, my bad. I think I forgot to put sugar in your lemonade.
One sip of that sour mess and Tanshu's face contorted. It was a petty move, a poison test of sorts, and Su Jiming's way of marking his territory with a bitter reminder. The accidents escalated. A snake appeared and bit Tanshu a perfect frame-up.
Mr. Tan got bitten by a snake. Can we go back now?
He asked to go back with such feigned innocence, but I saw that faint, supernatural glow. He wasn't just protecting me, he was hunting. Once we were alone, I didn't hold back. I knew he was behind the attack. He didn't even try to deny it, admitting he used his energy to drive the snake from the mountains.
Snake. I used my energy to drive it from the mountains, just to bite him. And his sprained ankle was my sneak attack, too.
He said it with such casual violence, all because he couldn't stand the thought of someone else looking at me. He claimed I belonged only to him, a chilling declaration of alien possession. I explained Tanshu was just a friend, but to him, there are only rivals.
You see him as a friend? To him, you're prey, and I'm the rival.
He was jealous, a human emotion he was learning far too quickly and far too dangerously. I had to make him understand that supernatural powers weren't for settling petty grudges. I wasn't just worried about Tangshu's health, I was terrified of what he'd find. A research genius like him wouldn't just ignore 2 accidents in one day.
If he starts digging and suspects your identity, then what?
Su Jiming was arrogant, claiming his energy left no trace. But I knew humans were persistent, especially when we smell a secret as big as his. An earthquake shook the center, and the air turned heavy with a strange scent.
It's an earthquake. They've been frequent lately. Are you Miss Lin? My last name is Mr. Zhou. I'm the staff member assigned to coordinate with you. Please come with me.
As I walked through the base, I saw the cracks in the walls. This wasn't just tectonic plate movement. Something was eating the foundation from the inside out. I found mutated mycelium feeding on concrete, turning the base into a hollow shell.
These aren't mushrooms. To be precise, they're mutated mycelium.
A waste liquid leak had triggered this nightmare. If we didn't stop it, the entire facility and everyone in it would be swallowed by the earth. I warned the directors about the collapse, but they only cared about their budgets.
Immediately evacuate everyone in the building, then inject high-temperature steam deep into the ground to stop the growth, then reinforce the foundation.
They looked at me like I was a hysterical girl, refusing to see the truth right in front of them. Their ignorance was going to get us all killed. They ordered me to pack up and leave, choosing to ignore the danger. But Su Jiming wasn't bound by their rules. He stepped out of the shadows, his eyes cold and certain.
Tanshu has his way, and I have mine. Honey, do you want to try my way?
I wondered if anything would be left if I let him loose.
I used energy to stimulate the mycelium, pushing it into a reproductive phase. They naturally broke through the ground, into visible fluorescent mushrooms. While they're obvious, they won't damage the foundation further.
He exposed the truth. He's brilliant.
Now, listen to me. First, immediately evacuate everyone inside the building. Second, prepare high-temperature steam machines. Follow my marked points, inject them underground, and eliminate the mycelium.
They begged for help. I took charge. I stepped back into the lab and issued orders. No one questioned me.
Now, listen to me. First, immediately evacuate everyone inside the building. Second, prepare high-temperature steam machines. Follow my marked points, inject them underground, and eliminate the mycelium.
But the situation was worse than I thought. The mycelium wasn't just in the lab. It had reached the residential areas. People were getting hurt, and the center's leadership was already unconscious in the hospital.
Miss Lin, there are crowds of residents outside. Their families were hurt by the mycelium and have been sent for emergency care.
The fungus was spreading fast. The ground was unstable, but I had to clear the pipes or the base would collapse.
So you mean it's too dangerous and no one will go, right? Is anyone willing to come with me?
I wasn't being a hero. I was just doing what was necessary. But I could feel Su Jiming's eyes on me, filled with a protective fury. Su Jiming and I argued over who should go.
No. I'll go.
The cleanup was a nightmare. Just as we reached the core area, the ground beneath me gave way. The mycelium had hollowed out the foundations, and I was falling into the dark.
But the tunnels were hollowed out by mycelium. Miss Lin fell underground. Hurry, we have to save her.
Su Jiming saved me by swallowing the toxic spores to clear the air.
It will. Tastes awful, and it's hard to digest. I'll probably have a stomach ache for 2 days.
He said it with such casual annoyance, like he hadn't just saved my life by eating a deadly alien fungus. In the tunnel, he acted like a wounded puppy, demanding I care for him.
When I was eating the spores, they managed to bite me. You have to take care of me. And make it up to me.
I couldn't help but smile. This creature was terrifyingly powerful, yet so incredibly needy when it came to me. The rescue team was near. I had to hide him before his secret was exposed.
Miss Lin, are you there? The rescue team is here.
The director apologized, realizing my hysteria had actually saved them.
Comrade Lin, regardless of the circumstances, we owe it all to you this time. I was too self-righteous before. I apologize to you on behalf of the research center.
I asked for leave instead of a promotion, needing time with Su Jiming.
Forget the payment, it's just part of my job. If it's a reward, how about half a month of paid injury leave?
Our holiday began. Su Jiming was already driving us toward a honeymoon.
A half-month holiday. It'll be just like a mini honeymoon.
Tanshu was tracking us, convinced the fungus fire was an alien act.
Because that alien creature has taken over the body of someone named Su Jiming, and is living as him.
Tanshu planned to use our friendship to destroy my life.
And is living as him. This Su Jiming's girlfriend is a close friend of yours.
Tanshu infiltrated our lives, observing us like lab rats.
Understood. I'll get close to them without alerting them. Get into their lives, interject myself, keep observing, collect data, and complete the investigation.
He was obsessed with finding a trace to expose Ethel's true face.
It's not easy. To make you leave a trace, I thought I'd have to stir up more trouble. But a simple business trip, made you make such a massive move? With a move this big, it's impossible that no trace was left behind, right?
High on the mountain, away from the prying eyes of the center, Ethel finally asked if I wanted to see his true self. I saw the tentacles, the glowing, alien skin, the parts of him that belonged to the stars.
This feels so strange. It's cool and slippery. Why are your tentacles shaking?
It was strange and cool to the touch, and I could feel his excitement through the slight tremor in his form. For the first time, there were no secrets between us. He told me that his species never walks in the sunlight, and they never reveal their true form, even to those closest to them. Exposing himself was exposing his ultimate weakness.
My species is a kind of creature that hides in the dark. We usually conceal our form. Even when hunting, we strike from the shadows, aiming for a fatal hit. In our long lives, we almost never walk under the sunlight. Even with those closest to us, we never fully reveal our true form.
But while we were sharing this moment of absolute trust, Tanshu's team was in the tunnels, finding the glowing liquid that would lead them straight to us. Ethel loved me as himself.
Because revealing our true forms is the greatest sincerity my race can show a lover. My species has no custom of seeking mates. I didn't know how to confess, so I could only expose myself completely, placing my most vulnerable side before you.
I promised him we'd be together forever, but I could feel the cold wind of reality blowing toward us. Tanshu has his evidence now, the cellular structure that doesn't match anything on Earth. He's ready to use me as bait to catch the god I love, driven by a scientific obsession that knows no mercy.
Xiao Yu, let me use you one last time. You're a researcher too. You should understand our obsession with research. I'm sure you'll forgive me.
I'll burn the world to protect him.
Xiao Yu, the Institute set up a new key project, and you're the lead. So, your vacation is ending early.
The hunt walked into my room. Tanshu ignored my trauma, planning how to use me to catch the creature. The project was a leash. He was testing my loyalty, viewing Su Jiming as a specimen. Tension was thick as they circled like predators. It was a silent war for my side.
She's my wife.
Su Jiming claimed me as his wife, defending his territory against a predator. Tanshu dropped the mask, revealing a biological death sentence to destroy my life.
And found that a part of his gene sequence was missing. But in your blood, there is a similar gene sequence.
The realization hit me like a physical blow, leaving me breathless in that sterile hospital bed. A part of him wasn't just near me, it was woven into my very DNA, a genetic overlap that Tanshu saw as a threat to humanity. But I saw as a bond that went deeper than blood, a connection that science couldn't explain and Tanshu couldn't tolerate. Tanshu painted Su Jiming as a thief, waiting to harvest fragments from my heart.
I'm afraid he hasn't been honest with you. Based on our theories, your recent fainting was caused by him taking back gene fragments from your body. As for why he deliberately approached and cared for you, he has only one goal, and that is to take back every fragment. And if he does, you'll be gone.
He wanted me to believe my lover was my executioner. Back home, the silence was deafening. I searched for the monster, desperate for him to deny the lies.
Tell me the truth, as long as you're honest. I'm willing to leave everything behind and believe you.
I offered him a way out, a chance to be human with me and leave all the secrets of M62 behind. But when he looked away and chose to keep his silence, I felt the first real crack in our foundation, a cold fear that maybe the man I loved really was just a mask for something much darker and more dangerous than I could ever imagine. Back at the office, I felt the guilt of leading the man I loved into Tanshu's trap.
My wife.
He was a predator who would destroy anything to keep me. I walked him into a slaughterhouse. The surging current was the sound of my own betrayal.
Make him reveal his true form.
Tanshu didn't want a conversation or a peaceful resolution. He wanted a specimen to dissect and study. He watched the monitors with a hunger that made me realize I had made a deal with the wrong monster. And now I was the one holding the cage door shut, while the man who had saved my life was being tortured right in front of me. In the lab, the betrayal felt sharper than any shock. Was our love just a lie?
That was your goal all along. We made a promise. No secrets between us. You said you loved me, but it was all a lie.
I threw the words like stones, wanting to shatter the calm expression on his face and find the truth hidden beneath. If he was just a creature from the stars using me as a vessel, then every I love you was just a biological manipulation, and I was nothing more than a lab rat in his cosmic experiment to reclaim his lost energy. The energy surged, showing me his soul. I felt the weight of his loyalty and sacrifices.
Want to share my life with you. I can't bear a world without you.
He wasn't taking my life. He was pouring his own into me, drop by drop, to keep my failing body from fading away. The thief Tanshu described was actually my savior, and I had nearly handed him over to his executioner because I was too blind to see the truth behind the science, too afraid to trust the monster who loved me more than his own life. The warmth of our reunion was short-lived as Tanshu's true ambition crawled out into the light. He didn't care about the miracle of our connection or the fact that Su Jiming was a sentient being. He only saw a biological goldmine that could grant humanity the immortality they never deserved, a way to turn my lover into a permanent source of genetic repair for the elite.
You want to treat him like lab material, used whenever you please.
They saw him as a battery, not a being. My old friend was gone, replaced by a monster. He wanted me to lure my lover into a trap.
3 days from now, right? I'll cooperate.
I said the words he wanted to hear, letting the lie slip through my teeth with a researcher's precision. Tanshu thinks he's the hunter and I'm the bait, but he forgot that a researcher knows exactly how to sabotage a fatal experiment from the inside. In 3 days, someone is going down, and it won't be my monster. The final countdown has begun, but who is really walking into the trap?
Is your species unable to have children?
The 3-day countdown is ticking, and my first move is the hardest. I have to break his heart to save his life. I look Su Jiming in the eye and ask the one question that highlights the wall between our species, making sure Tanshu's bugs hear every word. He looks at me with that heartbreaking confusion, trying to explain his biology while I'm already sharpening the knife for our breakup. I tell him there's no future, forcing a coldness into my voice that I don't feel, all to make the Institute believe I've finally turned on my monster.
As long as you're here, I'll find a way to get him back. I'm sorry, Xiao Yu, but this is all for scientific research. I'm sure you'll understand.
Tanshu didn't waste a second after Su Jiming stormed off. He found me alone, acting the part of a concerned friend, while his eyes searched the shadows for the prey I had supposedly just released. He thinks he's playing me, but I'm the one letting him believe his bait is ready. He actually apologized, calling this scientific research, as if that justifies turning a woman's life into a cage. He knows Su Jiming can sense my energy, and he is counting on that alien devotion to lead my husband straight into his waiting needles. Su Jiming came back despite the danger. He is a magnificent fool, more human than any of them.
Don't push me away. I've been sneaking into various labs lately, and I finally found a way to change my genes.
He's risking everything, but he just walked into a trap. The net is tightening. Since he won't leave, I have to be the villain one last time.
Leave now. Hurry. Get out of here!
I shove him toward the exit, my heart screaming to hold him, but my hands pushing him into the dark. If he stays, he is a specimen. If he runs, he is at least alive. I watch him vanish, praying he is fast enough to outrun the hunters I helped bring here. 5 days of isolation, and Tanshu is losing his patience. He has me locked in this sterile room, treating me like a petri dish, while he waits for a signal that isn't coming. I try to bargain, offering my own blood just to get back to the home that now feels so empty.
I told you, he would come. This time, what awaits him is an inescapable trap.
The trap is set for both of us. He came back. In this nightmare, he only cares if I'm okay. He'll never stay safe without me.
But then I would come back again. This same scenario today will repeat countless times.
He is willing to let the world burn or let himself be ruined just to keep me from fading. It is not just a mission for him anymore. It is a choice. As the lights flicker with the surge of the Institute's power, I realize we are not just fighting for survival. We are fighting for the right to exist together. Tanshu thinks he's the hero, but he's just a monster who has forgotten how to be human.
You sound just like a villain. In any story, a villain never has a good ending.
I throw the truth in his face, watching his composure crack. He has built his progress on betrayal and cages, and I am done being his accomplice. Whatever happens next, I am going down with my monster, not with the man who turned science into a weapon. The explosion of energy that day changed everything. 3 months have passed, and the Institute is a ruin of its own ambition. Tanshu is rotting in a hospital bed, a victim of the very power he tried to steal, while I am left in a world that feels too quiet, too empty.
The agency assessed that he spent all his energy and is gone. But I don't believe it. I still live as if he were here.
They tell me he is gone, that Aether sacrificed every spark of his being to protect me from the surge. But I still set 2 plates at breakfast. I still feel a phantom warmth in the room. I refuse to believe that a love that crossed galaxies could just vanish into thin air. In the silence, a familiar shadow moved. I heard his voice, and the ice around my heart shattered.
Honey, this was my rescue plan. In human terms, it's called a decoy escape. I drained most of my energy and let a small portion enter Tanshu's body. That way, they'll think I'm finished and won't bother us anymore.
The monster outsmarted the scientist. He hid his essence inside the very man who tried to destroy him, making the Institute believe he was dead while he slowly rebuilt himself. He is back, weaker but here, and for the first time in my life, the science doesn't matter, only the man standing in front of me does. We survived, he is home, and we are talking about breakfast, as the fear finally fades.
Let's have breakfast together.
Is he still in Tanshu?